Okay, so if we look at page 11 of the outline, our test is to determine if there are any employees paid more than the approved minimum wage. So in columns K and L, I've got the minimum wages already entered, and then in A, B, and C, we have our list of employees. So what we want to do is match up each employee in A, B, and C with their minimum job code wage, right? And that's, if you do that by hand, it's going to take you a long time. So in order to do this, right, I've already inserted the jobs. Step number 2 says we have to name this as a range. So I'm gonna highlight those cells, K1 through L7. I'm going to go over to this little box where it says clipboard, and I'm just going to name it wages. All right.
Where's the?
For naming, it's right up.
Oh, okay.
It's on the top left-hand side where it says under file paste clipboard. Okay. And then I just hit the enter key, and we've created a part of the spreadsheet that we can just refer to as wages. Now I'll go to column D1, and I'm going to put a heading in there, just call it max wages. And then I'm going to use this little function called vlookup. And you can see it listed in item 3. We'll see how it operates in a second. Right, I'm going to type in equals vlookup, open parens. And what I wanted to do is, I'm going to say go to column B, then go to wages, and when you find what is in column B, pull the data from the second column in wages. And so if you look at this, we can see that job code 103 has a maximum wage of 16. Well, that's what the vlookup did, right? So it's kind of giving us a way to merge these two together. And you see the little, there's a small little box here. If I just double click on that, it copies it all the way down. So now I've inserted my formula in the whole D column. Maybe we're calling this approved wages. Then I want to compute the difference. And so the difference would just be the hourly wage minus the approved wage. And so this person is 11 cents under the maximum approved wage. For our purposes, that's okay, right? To help us identify the problems, I'm on the bottom of page 12, number 5. I want to insert something called conditional formatting. So I'm going to go to Home, Conditional Formatting, Highlight Cell Rules, and I'm going to use the less than option, or excuse me, the greater than option. And if something is greater than 0, I know they're being paid more than the approved wage, right? Because this would be bigger than this. So now when I copy that down, we can see all the highlighted cells represent the problems, right? So now how do we just look at those highlighted cells, right? There's, I guess, a couple of ways you could do this. One would be to sort, right? But what we're going to talk about is a filter. So this is on page 6. And I'm going to click into the difference column, and I'm going to go to Data, Filter, and you see the little tabs appear. If I click on Difference, Filter by Color, and pick the pink ones, there's all my people with the wage problems, right? So the filter gives me a way to pull a subset from there, right? If I want to get rid of the filter, I just click on Clear. If I go back there again, I can filter by color. So now it's pretty easy to see who are the problems. So we used vlookup, right, to merge the two data sets together, actual wages and approved wages. We used conditional formatting to highlight ones that are problems. And then we used filters to just drill down to who is a problem. Now in the actual exercises, you have to copy this onto another page, but I'm going to trust you're okay with that. So here's the assignment, and there's another data set that's the tie. Well, this is going around. So on Sakai, there's three things, right? There's the data set that you would use. This instructions is what you're getting a hard copy of. And then you have to turn in a memo. I guess not every audit will give you a fill-in-the-blank memo to complete, but we're going to standardize the documentation. So what you're basically turning into me, right, is the memo, and then the Excel spreadsheet where your work was done. And I'm just reminding you, by inserting your name, you understand that this is individual assignments. Do not copy work. Do not allow anyone to copy your work. When you do the range part, you name the range with your name. So okay.